Here we go. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I was walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. I was walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. I was walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. One more time, hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, hallelujah.
Thank you for that beautiful opening. Live, Pacific Coast, Seal Beach, Sunday morning celebration. A very warm welcome to each one of you, and a heartfelt welcome for all of you on the YouTube. My name is Lorraine Urbina, and I'm a contributing member here at Pacific Coast. And I have a story for you today. First of all, our minister, who's not officially here today, Reverend Bobby, had a birthday. Yay! And she told me she had a wonderful week. Yay! So when Science of Mind ministers like to go on holiday, they like to go to all-inclusive resorts. You know the one, all the food is covered, all the liquor is covered, all the tips are there, all your entertainment is handled. And do you know why Science of Mind ministers like that? Because the universe has declared it's all included. Thank you for that. They crack me up. Ladies and gentlemen, our monthly theme, it's all included. And our daily, our theme today is we rise. Is that correct? Let's rise. Let's rise. Yay! All right. I have some refresher announcements. And this is to notify you. If you are parked behind someone, please fill out a card with your name and cell number. Place it on the windshield. See the welcome people for that, and we'll contact you if you're blocking someone. Okay. And now, our lineup of very wonderful, supportive service people today. Oh, yeah, and our philosophy. Love is our philosophy. Love is the nature of who we really are. And through love, we can change the world, which starts with love and compassion. We cultivate this in ourselves. How do we do it? It's through our service today and the lineup. So here comes the lineup. Speaker, minister student Jesse Keeler. Music team, Melissa, Des, and Richard. Production, sound and streaming, John and Matt. And production, Reverend Veronica and Dale. Yay. Okay, this is the long stream of names. Are you ready? Platform, Travis. Service support, Rachel. Pre-service meditation, Gina. Youth and family, Winda and Mary. Welcome team, Beth, Janet, and their whole group. And leadership is Carlos. Yay! And now I'm going to read the annual affirmation slide. Are we ready? Yes. Good. As we rise together as love in commitment to one another and ourselves, we rise together with intention to learn about ourselves and each other. We rise together. And now I'd like to bring our platform practitioner, Travis, forward, and he's going to do the invocation and the candle. And as he does the candle, this symbolizes our intention for today's service. Thank you.
Join me, if you're comfortable, with closing your eyes and possibly rising up erect in your seat with your head held high, your spine straight, and let the energy flow through. And breathe deep and join me in moving within and knowing that here, inside, within, are all the comforts of home, nurturing, guidance, healing, wisdom, love, joy. All here and now. In the inside, waiting to find expression through each one of us as we walk through our daily lives. A profound presence, God itself, that one life, just comfortably residing in this inner place. And as I breathe again and become even more deeply anchored in this reality that is the answer to all things that come up in life, I want to acknowledge those divine workers, whether they be in mosques, temples, churches, centers, around the world, who are leading people to understand and assimilate and utilize all those truths that set us free, that God is right here, right now. And it is the truth of my being. Here is light. Here is love. I embrace it. I love it. And so it is. Carlos?
Good morning, everyone. As you know, I'm Carlos, and I'm honored to be part of your leadership team. And I'm going to invite you to read with me, if you would. We rise together as love in commitment to one another and ourselves. We rise together with intention to learn about ourselves and each other. We rise together. And next, our collaboration vision. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports and engages a whole beloved community, equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. I think we have that one memorized by now. And now on to our community announcements. We get to practice our community engagement by showing up, practicing community, and we do that by showing up. Join us in a lively and festive group right after service and decorating our center and doing some year and prepping for our center's wonderful offering that is today after service. Also an invitation to look at ways of conscious living. Once a month after service, we're discussing the book, 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. In this series, our community leaders, including Leadership Council, practitioners, and other team leaders will learn and teach some valuable strategies for conscious living. So grab some grub and come over and join us after service. Today, for 2 30-minute chapter reviews, no fee or registration are required. And just as, I'll be sort of leading next week's commitment conscious leadership workshop as well. So, also on Saturday, December 14, join us with Danny Michaels as he demonstrates his unique ability of communicating with angels. This event always brings a broader perspective of who may travel with and what is supporting us. That is tickets $75, additional information on the website if you'd like to sign up. Voices of Light, join our host Valerie Day for another healing arts offering by The Circle. Voices of Light, Linda Arnold and Denise Estrada will usher in the winter solstice with songs and chants of peace and hope. This promises to be a beautiful, deep event. Sign up on the newsletter or the website December 21st at 4 o'clock. And our candlelight service, who's excited for that? Yeah. All right. December 22nd at 4:30, please join us to enjoy some music and message with a potluck following, including dancing. Please remember there's no service that morning, so don't show up in the morning. And thank yous. Thank you to all the facilitators who cared for us all last Sunday at the Care Circle Sunday, and our great teachers, Reverend Carol Lotz and Reverend Bobby. Give it up. With the wonderful reminder that the good I'm seeking is seeking me. Yes. And then also thank you to our host, Valerie Day, and for hosting the prayer bead workshop with Pat Fromer. If you see beautiful people wearing beautiful bead necklaces, that's what took place during her workshop. So thank you, Valerie. And now I'm going to invite you to go within while the bowls are played, and we enjoy the sacred music provided by our music team as I invite our practitioner, Marjorie, to join me in the front.
Right here, right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go. Gonna let it fade away. Right here, right now. I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart. Right now, right here, right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go. Gonna let it fade away. Right here, right now. I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart, and how my mind can turn and twist and spin, just begging for some peace. That's how I know it's time to go within, be still and just breathe. Right here, right now. With every breath I take, I'm letting go, gonna let it fade away. Right here and right now. I'm getting out of my head and dropping into my heart, and with each breath I'll go deeper in this space and ground myself from the peace within this place. I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me, right here, right now. Yeah, I can feel the love, it's flowing all around me, right here, right now.
I have noticed in recent weeks that there's rising concern about some of the changes that may come to pass in our nation. You know, concerns that are real and well-founded. And it reminded me of, back from in 2002 and the 10 years before that, when I was teaching accredited classes of religious science in Russia. And I found that students and other Russians, all Russians pretty much, really thought that if they could just get to America, their lives would be fixed. And so I communicated something to them at that time, which may be of value as things perhaps change here in the United States. And that is that the fact that we are each a center of joy and wisdom and beauty and love, that fact that if we assimilate it as our identity can move us into lives that we would like to have that are preferable to what has been, that possibility is not limited by geography, political system, or economics. And so that is true for us, as it was true for the Russians, as has been true always. And since those days, I have come to refer to those divine qualities that we possess as being in a treasure chest of divine qualities within us. And now I'm going to attempt to prove a theorem, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to leave that for you to realize. First of all, first point of evidence, James Joyce, in Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, said that they had devotions where they thought of, quote, the Father as forever contemplating his own divine perfections and thereby eternally begetting the eternally begotten Son. And that's not one man. That's all of creation, including us. And when you think about the fact that there was if you answer the question Jesus asked correctly, know ye not ye are gods, and if you think about the idea that was presented that we are children of the Most High, then you will understand that we are part of that manifestation that reflects those divine perfections. There's another thing I heard. This is Evidence number 2, and it sounds really good to me. There was a Reverend Mark Devers in Durango, Colorado, and he started every Sunday by saying, God has but one divine will, and that is to fully be itself at every point in the universe, and you and I and everyone else are one of those points. It was said that the Father is closer than hands and feet, and we don't think about it, but the Father is that life, that one presence in us that heals the skin, mends a broken bone, regulates our heartbeat and our breath rate while we sleep. And it was also said that in Him we move and live and have our being, and Him is that one life, that one God. So that life in us that heals us is the same as that life outside of us in which we move and live and have our being. And we cannot question but that one life that regulates, corrects, and keeps us in optimum health is also doing that kind of work in our outer circumstances. And so we can begin to get, now the theorem is that God is indeed about the business of being fully itself at every point in the universe, including right here where I am. And think of the alternative. It is written that lean not into thine own understanding. We would be hard-pressed to accomplish healing a scratch on the skin or a broken bone if it was left up to little old us without God. So we are depending on God in that case, and we rather take it for granted. And it is time for us to understand that since that God is active in the outer circumstances of our lives, and not only in us, but it is showing up as chrysanthemums, as bird song, as dolphins swimming in the waves. There is a theme here. God enjoys flowing into manifestation that reflects its divine nature, and that is the treasure chest of divine qualities that we carry within us. And so we should then get on board with some of these other critters that naturally have fun and joy. Think of puppies and kittens as they roll around and play and tumble with one another. That is the joy that Eckhart Tolle is talking about in A New Earth when he says, joy is the dynamic aspect of being. So if we want to rise up, know that joy is an integral part of that. Know that we don't have to have any doubts or worries anymore about whether God will answer our prayers or if we're worthy, because God has as its agenda flowing fully into itself in our experience through us, as us. And we should now stand up, recognize, assimilate these ideas as a view of our reality, that what's going on is there is a river of life here, and I am not going to meter it like I would with an irrigation gate. I'm going to let it rage. The joy, the river of life flows here. Yes. And that is something I can believe in, embrace, and love that, and so it is. Thank you.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, and I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again for you. The silence isn't quiet, it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet and move mountains. Yeah, I will rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again for you. Other, yeah, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Yeah, we will rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Good morning, Pacific Coast. How about it? Are they amazing? And Travis, wherever Travis is, thank you, Travis. I feel like my work's done already. I can just. I love Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's one of my favorite holidays. Just the anticipation makes me want to do my happy dance. I love the food. I get to hang around people I love. I love the food. I get a day off of work. I love the food. And I love it's one of the holidays that we as Americans, regardless of who you are, where you come from, You celebrate it. We celebrate it all together. This whole day of gratitude. We have so much to be grateful for. We are blessed to be alive. Yes? Yes. And I have no doubt that if we put as much emphasis on our thanks and our gratitude that day, as much emphasis as we do on the food and the parades and the football, we could elevate this nation to something beyond divine. Yes? Before I go any farther, I want it further along, I just want to acknowledge that there's also some challenges with Thanksgiving. Yeah. There were people on this continent long before the Europeans got here. And they have suffered atrocities, genocide at the hands of those newcomers. And I want to just acknowledge that they were here. And there's great power in atonement and in atoning for even those things that were done before we got here. So keep that in mind. Now, this is also Native American Heritage Month. And I'm not a scholar of Native American culture, but there are a few things I know. And one of the things that inspires me is there is a love of the planet and of the earth. There is an understanding of this relationship of family, that we're part of this earth, that there's Mother Earth and Father Sky, that all of the creatures are our brothers and sisters, that we are inextricably intertwined with this life. And I have profound gratitude for that teaching and that understanding. Ernest Holmes wrote in a book called The Philosophy of Jesus, life is continual movement. Life is forever changing. But running through it all, if we learn the secret of living, there is an all-sustaining law of mind upon which we may rely. There is divine presence with which we may commune. There's a kingdom of peace unto which we may enter. There's a joy that may be ours if we live and think and act as though we were in partnership with God right now. A few weeks ago, my sweetheart and I, we took a trip to see the sequoias up in the Sierra Mountains. She wanted to see the stars, and I wanted to hang out with thousands of year-old trees. You know, those trees, those sequoia trees, how many have seen them? Right? They're amazing, right? They have endured, they've remained standing throughout the rise and fall of countless human empires. The sequoias have learned how to survive, to build defenses against insects and diseases. They've learned how to survive fire and come out thriving and even better. And even when they die and they fall, they return to the earth. And like everything in nature, nothing goes to waste. They become the fuel, the nourishment for the next generation of growth. And at night, when we looked up at the stars, it was just like filled with stars. And looking out into the vastness of the universe, it was glorious. It was a reminder of how big it is, how vast it is. And it's humbling to stand there in my humanness and gaze out upon it and to be in such awe of how magnificent the world we live in is. It's great to be alive. Is it great to be alive? Yes? It's great to be alive and have this experience of being human. I know it doesn't always feel that way. And it was one of those times in my life where it was really easy to be grateful, to be in gratitude, and to feel this expansive nature and to be in love. But I have to confess, if I'm not paying attention, there's a lot of things I take for granted. Do you ever take things for granted? Sure. Yeah. Have any of you heard of the Sufis or Sufism? Sufism is a mystical practice within Islam. And you've probably read a quote from Rumi. He was a Sufi. Or maybe you've seen pictures of whirling dervishes. It's a way that the Sufis commune with God doing this spiral dance, and they have these beautiful white garments, and they look like spinning white tops. And what the Sufis also do in their teaching is they like to tell stories. And they tell this story about set way back in the 9th century. Yes, the Sequoias were alive then. And there was a very wise Sufi teacher and mystic, Rabia. And Rabia, she was out and about, and yes, I did say she. She was out and about, and she saw a young man who had a colored towel wrapped around his head, and he was just going up to different people and telling them how much his head hurt and how much misery he was in. And finally, the young man came up to Rabia, and Rabia, being a compassionate person, just listened to his story. And when the young man finally finished, Rabia said, "Have you ever had moments of good health?" And the young man said, "Oh, yes, I have. I've been in good health most of my life." And she said, "And in those moments, do you wrap your head in a turban and go out and celebrate and jump up and down that you have good health?" That's a lesson about celebrating the goodness of life. Do you celebrate with the goodness of life with as much enthusiasm as when you moan about your misfortunes? Something to think about. Imam Jamal Rahman said, when we practice gratitude in happy times, we create a sacred vibration that can sustain us in difficult moments. So think about that. Celebrate your life. Celebrate the goodness of this life. Celebrate one another, because when you do that, when we do that, we create a vibration that uplifts each and every one of us. And it vibrates out, it ripples out into the universe and all over this planet. And you create this memory within your body. So if and when those difficult times do come about, you can draw up that memory. You have that energy to sustain you. Dr. Maya Angelou wrote, "Everything in the universe has rhythm. Everything dances." Now, some of you might be saying, like, "Jess, I can't even move. I can't dance." But you know there's something that can dance. You can move a little bit. You shake your head, right? Yeah. My mother was a dancer. She loved dancing. Ballet, tap, jazz, modern. She danced at church doing sacred dances. She performed in a dance troupe when she's young. She taught dance lessons to kids and adults. And of course, being a good, loving mother, she wanted to teach me how to dance. At the time, I wasn't particularly thrilled about it. Dancers have a special way that they experience the world. Every moment is an invitation to move intentionally with the energy, the emotion that's flowing. When we dance, we aren't just moving our bodies. In dance, we allow our spirits the energy to express through our body and be in flow with the rhythm of life. Not only the joyful times, not only the joyful aspects of that energy, but also when in our sadness, in our grief, in our frustrations. My mother was also schizophrenic. And as you can imagine, that greatly impacted her relationships, the things that she could do, including her relationship with me. And I don't tell you that so that you'll feel sorry for her or you'll feel sorry for me. My mother loved me very, very much. And there was a time in my life when I felt compelled to tell everybody a sad story about how hard it was. And that was long before I had the spiritual skills and practices that I do now. But now, because of conscious effort, I've been learning to embrace my shadow. The parts of me that are less than admirable, where I've hurt people, where I've neglected others, where I've wallowed in my sadness and justified my anger. I know my shadow is part of my human experience. And my shadow experience with my mother has given me an opportunity to develop a deeper understanding of who I truly am, my being, who I am at the core of myself. Does your shadow make you uncomfortable? The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. The light and the shadow are in a tango with one another. And we get to decide who leads and who follows. It can be a beautiful dance of light and shadow. The light embracing the shadow can allow the light to present itself in a way that it even shines brighter. What happens when you see the light in yourself? How does that feel? What's in your shadow you can invite to dance with your light? What happens when you make space for that relationship to reveal its blessings? This is another quote from Ernest Holmes' The Philosophy of Jesus. We should not study to be alike, but rather to develop who we really are. Unity does not mean uniformity. Our unity with other people never means that we must think and act as they do. All it means is that we should get along with them. We should unify with everything, while at the same time keeping intact and whole that God-given something at the center of our being, which is our real self. Okay, I'm just going to get to the point. Okay, once again, we're at the end of the year holiday season. Does anyone find themselves in the position of interacting with people that, well, you'd be more comfortable avoiding? Yeah, okay. I see some hands. What about this? Or will you be with people you love who don't always act in loving ways? Yeah, okay, I see some more hands going up. All right. Or you can't be with the people you love for one reason or another. Yeah, that one that breaks the heart. How do you dance through all of that? How do you allow your light to shine while giving the shadow feelings room to express themselves so that your light shines even brighter? You don't dance alone First of all, remember that you're not alone in this. Beyond the limitations of human imagination, beyond the walls that you might have erected in your mind, there's a magnificent, expansive universe. God is all there is. God is right where you are. Divine intelligence is directing you. Don't just think it. Know it. Believe it. Can you believe it, that there is a divine intelligence guiding you? Can you believe that God is everywhere and in everything? Can you believe that God is all there is? Can you believe that you are not alone? Embrace Spirit. Allow Spirit to lead you. Allow it to guide you. There's always an intelligence greater than yourself working through you right here and right now. You're in a partnership with this Creator. That Creator wants to express itself through you as you. In every situation, you can act with that divine knowingness. With every encounter, there is a blessing in that relationship with others, regardless of how it may feel. And that doesn't mean you stand back or you sit down or you roll over or you let people mow you down. You get to create boundaries. You get to say, this is God working through me right here and right now. And I'm creating some space. Dance with God. Dance with the God of your inner light. Take a deep breath right now. Now, as you take that deep breath, you can put your hand on your heart if you want to. I want you to just move from your head to your heart and breathe into your heart. That beating of your heart, God is closer to you than that beating of your heart. God is expressing through you right here and right now. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel that love, that inner light that you have, and allow it to radiate throughout your entire body. Allow it to expand through your chest, radiate up into your head, down through your torso, over your knees, down into your feet. Feel it all around you. Create this bubble of light, of energy, of love. And as you do that, know that you are safe and guarded and protected, and that you are dancing in that light. And as you dance in that light, allow it to expand a little bit and bring it to the people that you love, the people that you feel safe with and comfortable with, and dance with them in that light. Feel that, breathe into that. Feel that joy, feel that expansiveness. Now, you're so powerful right now because this energy of divine light is radiating through you, allowed to get a little bit larger so you can invite in those people like, you like them just enough, they're okay. Right? Bring them into that circle, bring them into that dance party of light, into love. This holiday season of joy, just allow it to expand a little bit and breathe into that. And you're in your safe space right now. And you're such in your safe space of divine light and life and joy that you can allow it to expand even greater. And it is so great right now that you can bring in everybody, even those people you don't like very much. Those people that you'd rather avoid, invite them into that dance party, into that light and that love that you have. And as you invite them into that light, into that love, if at any moment you feel like, hey, they're pushing the limits of that, you can ask them to politely leave. But love that right now. Feel that energy of love. And know this energy of love, that you carry this with you everywhere you go. And throughout this holiday season, throughout this life of yours, you can wrap that bubble of love around you and all that you encounter. Just breathe into that. Know it's good and very good. And that you are light and love. that you are joy. You are this expression of the divine right here and right now. And I love you, my beloveds, my beloved Pacific Coast, and all of those that may be watching. I say thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to remind you of who you truly are, this divine, creative energy of light and of love. Thank you, Pacific Coast.
Go on, dance, Jesse said. We are family. I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Hey, get up everybody and sing. Yeah, we are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Everyone can see we are together as we walk on by. And we fly like a bird of a feather. I won't tell no lies. All of the people around us, they say they can be so close. Just let me say for the record, we give it enough family dose. Hey, we are family. Hey, I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Get up everybody and say, hey, yeah, we are family. Yeah, I got all my sisters and me. We are family. Come on, get up everybody and say,
Living life above and have just begun to get our share of this world's delights. High hopes we have for the future, they can be inside. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. I got all my sisters and me. Come on, everybody, sing it with us. We are family. Yeah, yeah. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters and me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Come on now, we are family.
hey, yeah, I got all my sisters and me. Yeah, we are family.
Get up, everybody, and say, come on now, we are family. You know it.
Don't we love our musicians? Jesse, that was fabulous today. Fabulous. Celebrate the goodness of life with enthusiasm and dancing. Thank you. Okay, can I invite the ushers up? We have Karen, we have Janet, we have Donna, we have Terry. Thank you so much for volunteering. And I'm going to say a little thing, and then in just a moment, they are going to pass the bucket. Not kick the bucket, pass the bucket. So now is a time of giving. Let's dance and give with gratitude and generosity to support this wonderful velocity and community. And if you would say the offering with me, and would you, ushers, please pass the basket. We rise together as love for ourselves and our community. We rise as acts of service, generosity, and the expression of our unique talents. As a committed whole, we give this gift today. Yay! And there are so many different ways to give. You can do one-time or recurring. I do a recurring with my credit card on file. You can use the donation button on the website. You can use Venmo. You can text money. Any way you want to do it. We are open and accepting of lavish abundance in this department. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Practitioners, would you please stand? We have the wonderful gift of having licensed practitioners here at our center who are trained in praying with you for any heaviness of heart or hardness of head for yourself or another. And after service, they're available here by the patio to pray with you. Also, you can fill out a prayer card and they will add your prayers for this week. And now, Rachel with the candle. Marjorie is coming for the candle. That's great. Okay, Marjorie's going to take the candle, and as she takes this light in the community, we dance with our shadow, with our light, with our love, with our joy. And Jesse, would you like to give the benediction?
Sure, let's do it. If you are able, why don't you stand up? If you're able. If you are not able to do that, why don't you stand a little taller in your seat? You know, just sit up a little bit. Shake it out a little bit. Yeah. All right, you ready for this? Yeah? So what's going on right now? Wonderful is happening through me right now. And what's happening right now? This thing called life. And where's this thing called life? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. And what do we do with this thing called life? I accept it. I am it. And I share it with all. And how do we share it? Just the way it is.
And just the way it appears not.
You do remember that last line, right? Okay, let's do that last line one more time, because we do it the way we like it when it appears the way we want it to, but we also accept it how? Just the way it appears not. Just want you to remember that one. All right, get ready. Ground yourself. Get to shake it out a little bit. Feel that energy running up through your body, right up through the top of your head, so that you can say the most important thing you can say today all week. We're going to let this shine. What are we going to say? We're going to say, thank you, life.
There was a time in my life thought I had to do it all myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I had no mind that thought about the love of God. But now I can say, if you're discouraged and struggling to make it through another day, gotta let it all go. I mean, let it all go. This is what you have to say. I release, I let go. I the Spirit run my life.
In my
Heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. Faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let's do that again. I release and I let go. Spirit of my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. Faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm